guys. I'm not even going to do an introduction. Hello. We are live for our We the People celebration. And I'm going to give people a chance to come on. So everybody, you can share if you want. It's on my page also if you want to just go and share it onto your page or tag people. Let me see. I know I'm friends with Michelle and Lawanda, so I'll definitely tag you guys. Privacy, public. So we'll give people a few minutes to come on. Okay, so I'm gonna tag Lawanda and Michelle. And I don't know if me and Thelma. Let me see. Yep. Okay. Okay, you guys can just share it and we have people coming on already. And okay. So I'm gonna give everyone a chance to introduce themselves and before we get started. And I'm going to start, of course, with myself. I'm Lady Lydia Bonner, and this is my Monday night blog. So I have a blog or vlog, whichever you want to call it. That I do every Monday night. So I just decided to share my platform tonight with these beautiful queens, and they are going to tell you about their campaign and what why we're on here tonight. So I'll start with Thelma. Thelma, you can start us off. You're the leader.
So I'm Thelma Pat Lambert Watkins. I say that because most people know me as Pat, but my name is Thelma Lambert Watkins, and I'm running for mayor in the village of Freeport. And I'm running on the ticket called We the People Party. I'm running on that ticket because we want to be the voice for the people. So that's why our ticket is called We the People Party.
Okay, so we'll keep going to Tiffany. Introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Pendola. I'm very excited to be here. I'm obviously part of this wonderful event because I too am on the ticket, hoping to, gain the joyous moment of being elected as a Freeport trustee. The reason why I'm so excited is that we are offering something very different to Freeport. We're very dynamic and different in the sense that I'm a lifelong educator. I'm a principal. We have Juana Prada Moore, who is her focus is medical. Obviously, we have Pat, who's amazing, and she has housing experience. And we have Michelle Baptiste, who's law. And really, those are all the areas that we feel are a major concern here in Freeport. So that's why we band together. We're going to offer, a voice to the people and bring back the heart of Freeport. So thank you for having me.
Right. Okay. And I'm gonna let Michelle go ahead and introduce yourself again to the people.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. It's glad to be back. I am Michelle Baptiste. I am an attorney. I've been practicing for 20 years. I live here in Freeport with my daughter, who is 10, going on 11 this year. And I am running for Village Justice. I'm excited to be here and to have everyone meet the We the People Party team, which I'm running on. And there should be a great celebration of not only Martin Luther King's birthday, but also our upcoming inauguration.
Yes. And Miss Lawanda, you got to take your mute. You on mute right now. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lawanda Israel. I am an attorney. I do live in Freeport. I am a voter in Freeport. Michelle Baptiste is my business partner, and I am very happy to support her as well as her running mates in their candidacy to be in charge of government in the village of Freeport.
Yes. So I'm so excited tonight. So we're just gonna get right to it. We're not even gonna keep the people long. It's been a nice I want to say holiday for everyone. Quiet. You know, thank God. So I don't. Well, Freeport is like my second home. Me, Lawanda, and Michelle, we are church sisters. So we've been going to Zion Cathedral, which is on Grand Avenue, 312 Grand Avenue, for wow, a long time. Y'all probably was babies. Well, Lawanda probably was. I don't know about Michelle. Michelle, how long you been there?
I've been there. Well, I've been in Freeport for 18 years. I've been at Zion, I think, for about 16 or 17 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And Lawanda, you've been there from a baby, right?
I'm not. I will say I've been there since I was 11. Now, you don't. Nobody needs to know the number, but
so what? She forgot to put her name. She put my name instead of her name.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, Jenny.
We'll let you introduce yourself. We'll let you introduce yourself. They can be like,
Yeah.
um.
Yeah.
So go
Hold
ahead,
on.
Lawanda. How long? How long you been in Zion?
A few decades.
A few decades. A few decades. Well, I've been there probably like a decade and a half, maybe. So anyway, we're all church sisters, and of course, we shout out our pastor, Bishop Frank Anthony White, and Dr. Julia White, and the whole Zion Cathedral family. And as they stand behind our sister Michelle and in her vision, and so tonight we decided to come on because we want to support you guys. We know that we need a change in government from the federal on down to the local. So we are so glad to have you guys on tonight. And I'm gonna let me type. Let me. Okay, so introduce yourself.
Jenny.
Yes. Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm Juana, and I'm running for trustee.
Okay, spell your name for me.
JUANA PRADO-Moore MOORE.
ADO hyphen more.
Yes.
Okay, I hope I spelled it right. Okay, all right. So, Thelma. Okay, so I have some questions here, and I'm really just gonna run it down the line, and you guys can just answer. So, how long have you been in Freeport?
Well, I came to Freeport 70s. I moved there as a child with my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I went through all the schools. I have children of my own. One son that graduated already, and my daughter is still in school. And so I've been in Freeport for many, many, many years, decades. And I originally was going to our Holy Redeemer when my daughter was about 2, started coming to Zion.
Okay.
Um, when she was about 2, because one of my sorority sisters, Evelyn Ray,
Oh yeah,
introduced.
Evelyn.
Yes, so
Okay.
that's how I got introduced to Zion through Evelyn, and that's pretty much how long I've been in Freeport. Yes.
Okay. All right, Tiffany.
I haven't been in Freeport for decades or as long as everyone else. I actually started, I had a position in Freeport as a principal that I started in the 2020, oh my God, no, 1920. I don't even know what year we're in anymore. Last school year. And from, entering the area, I didn't live far, and my boyfriend bought a house there, right on the water. So I was like, okay, here I am. But it's probably, yeah, from last year. But I've been in the area and engrossed with the sense of community here for much longer. So that's
Right.
how I'm gonna make a change.
So you're like me. We're kind of adopted because, like I said, I live actually out by Montauk. I live in the Hamptons, but I go to church in Freeport. So and have been for all these years. So it's like my second home. And let's see. Okay. And Juana, did I ask you that question already? I don't think I
No.
did. Okay.
I moved into Freeport in 2004. That's when I
Okay.
bought my house in Freeport.
Okay.
And after that, I moved up here. I moved up here and started working at DaVita, at the dialysis center here in Freeport.
Right.
And between working there, I also worked at South Nassau Hospital, and then I worked teaching dialysis at night in Sayase.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
I've been here. I've been in Freeport for a while.
Okay. So what made you decide to run?
Um, I want changes. I want to see things being done for our kids, our young kids, because I have 6 grandchildren, and it's kind of hard. There's no activities going on in town for them, like after school. Um, as a single mother, um, I can see the hard time that single parents are having in the village of Freeport because there's no after school program, there's no affordable daycare. Um, if you're not getting governmental assistance, they won't take a private pay. So it's kind of hard. And my other thing is the elderlies. We've forgotten about our grandparents, um, the elders in this area in Freeport. We
Right.
kind of it's all about what's coming up, what's being torn down. Um, People in Freeport, without saying name, have gotten selfish, and they forgetting where they came from. I mean, if you're born and you're raised in Freeport, why aren't you doing more for the community than just sitting back and being somebody's puppet?
Right.
And it's not fair
Right.
because you may be married. Okay, so you got that support, but what about us single parents?
Right.
Us single mothers that are raising kids and they're turning out to be beautiful and they want to stay nearby at home with mom or close by, but at the same time, if they can't get a $15 or $20 job, they can't stay in Freeport
Right.
because
Wow.
there's no place for them to live at. They have to move out of Freeport or live with mom and dad.
Right. Well, I'm
So
glad you got.
it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna make some changes in Freeport when people go vote this year.
Yeah.
Thelma, and why Thelma? Why did you decide to run?
I decided to run because I've been in Freeport, like I said, since the 70s. So I grew up here. Freeport is my home. It's where I decided to raise my family and my kids. And I would like to see my grandson now stay in Freeport as well. And it needs a change. And when I came to Freeport, there was so many different things for us to do. We had the racetrack, the bowling alley, the movie theaters, and slowly but surely everything was removed and nothing was put in place of it. So I decided to run because Freeport needs a change. And I decided that the best change for Freeport is somebody that actually knows Freeport, cares about Freeport, came up through Freeport. So therefore, I understand Freeport.
Right. So what? And tell everyone what you're running for.
I'm a position of mayor in the
Right.
village of Freeport.
Right. So she's running for mayor. Juana is running for trustee, and then I'll let Tiffany explain why she decided to run.
Well, I decided to run because I agree with all my party mates. I've lived in various areas, and I've worked in the city, and I feel like there's so much potential in Freeport. And when I was able to, solidify a house here, my boyfriend and I are busy, really wanting to invest our lives here, and the taxes are insane. And for the house we have, it's like ridiculous. And we even talked pre-COVID, obviously, we want to go out and do things. And all you have is, in my opinion, is the Nautical Mile. Well, there's only so much someone can eat. What
Right.
about bringing back youth development programs? I connected with so many families because like I said, I worked as a principal here. and just hearing their expressions, and seeing the children and giving them real quality youth development, and restoring just the area. Because if you a couple miles away you have Merrick, we shouldn't have such a vast divide on our streets, that the comparison. We are beautiful, we are diverse, and we are rich in culture, and we have to embrace that.
Right, exactly. And you are running for a trustee as well. So Juana and Tiffany are running for a trustee. Our sister Thelma is running for the mayor. And Michelle, why did you decide to run for justice?
Yeah, so one of the things that's dear to my heart is diversity and inclusion. So I've been practicing, as I mentioned, for 20 years, and all of the time has been focused on labor and employment law. So about a decade ago, I started doing diversity work. And one of the things that I realized as a practicing attorney is that that is the courts are not as inclusive as they could be. And I thought that someone with my background in diversity and inclusion and the commitment that I have to it can bring about including everyone, making sure that everyone is treated fairly. And I thought that was something that was essential in today's time. The representation of having someone of color on the bench in Freeport, but also someone who's committed to ensuring that regardless of whether or not you look like me, you have the same belief as me, that you will still be treated fairly.
All right, awesome. And I am going to let our sister Lawanda to me is so good at asking questions and getting to the depth of things. So Lawanda, ask them a question that you think the community would really want to know.
Well, Miss Lambert Watkins, you did mention that you are a daughter of Freeport. I would, however, like you to expound more on your professional experience as well as your experience in community service so that people can have more information about the specific skills and the passion you bring to the village.
So I've been working for housing for 28 years. I am a property manager, and I have managed multi-million dollar budgets as well as a large staff of over 70 individuals and 4,500 residents. Um, I've been doing that for, like I said, for 28 years. So I have the background and the transferable skills in which I think are necessary in order to bring over, in order to become the mayor in the village of Freeport. I also have a MBA. Um, so I have a master's in business administration with a concentration in human resource management, in which will also assist me in managing the village of Freeport. I also have wonderful, wonderful teammates that also have some background in managing large budgets. And we have a diverse occupational background from each other that when we all come to the table and sit down and put our heads together, we are able, therefore, to iron out whatever issues come before us in a nice, peaceful manner and come up with the best solution in order to run the village and to make sure things are handled successfully.
Okay. Lawanda, you can continue to ask because I feel like
Oh,
Lawanda, you are a product of the community now. I want you to go ahead.
Yes, I live in the community. Yes, and it is
Yes.
important to.
did you
I
want
just wanted
to tell
you,
you about
if you could just say something for the people about what you have been doing in a voluntary capacity for the
absolutely,
people of Freeport.
absolutely so. While I was coming up, one of the things that I've always was taught because I have two West Indian parents, and they've always taught me to give back to the community. So, in which I've always done through college, through my adult life, even while I was in high school. We learned to give back to the community. So, with that being said, I've always done a bunch of community services as far as walks, giving back, feeding the homeless, sheltering the homeless, and we've done food banks where I'm also on a non-for-profit board for the homeless shelter in Freeport, in which we give Christmas presents to the children every year. I belong to a sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, in which we also do a lot of community service events in Freeport, out of Freeport, throughout New York, all over Nassau County, because I do belong to a Nassau County chapter. I'm an Eastern Star as well, so therefore I do community service with them. So I have a broad range of where I am giving back and constantly taking care of others. My daughter was a Girl Scout. I Anything my kids do, I do. So I'm the soccer mom on the sidelines. I am the Girl Scout helper, troop leader, whatever they need me to do, I do. I've been on PTA forever. I can't even tell you how long. Is in high school now, and I've been president of different PTA boards, as well as I'm currently the PTA council president for Freeport. So I oversee the 8 schools in Freeport. So I'm constantly giving back and taking care of the community, the children, the people, because that's just part of who I am. Even as far as giving back, like Juana said, nobody takes care of the elderly. My dad lives with me now. Now that he's retired, he now lives with me, so I take care of my dad as well. So I have 4 generations in my house. I have my dad, myself, my children, and my grandson. So I'm a giver. I always take care of people. That's what I do.
And I think that's so amazing because we can relate. Like we can definitely relate
Yeah.
to everything she said, and I am so excited. I can't wait. We have our pearls on tonight. We are ready. That's right. We are ready for the inauguration. Represent for our VP Kamala Harris. We ready. I went to Macy's and got my pearls, honey. I'm ready. So, but I can't wait to see the Divine Nine. I can't wait to see the Divine Nine come together and represent, because we all know she's AKA, but we know that all the sororities are going to come together and just represent. So that's just going to be a beautiful thing. Okay, Lawanda, you can go ahead and take the floor.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lambert Watkins. And Ms. Penzola, can you give us some information about your professional experience? I know you have experience in the district, and I also know that you have a unique position serving a special population in Manhattan. Can you tell us a little bit about that so we can know more about what you do?
Sure. Okay. Well, I started as an educator, as a principal, moved up the ranks. Excuse me, not starting as a principal. I started as a teacher. I was an academic achievement coach that I serviced over 40,000. I helped to support over 40,000 students in New York City, most in underprivileged areas. I worked as an assistant principal and principal. I have a very strong background with special education. So yes, I did work in for Freeport. That's how I was able to meet Pat and our lovely members here. But from there, I am now an executive director slash principal of a of a handicapped school that services. I actually don't like actually advanced abilities. I like to say that services students with traumatic brain injury and acquired brain injury. And we are, it's an amazing place. We have students who communicate through different means using assistive technology, using eye gaze machines, Tobies, switches, and it's just such a rewarding and loving place. It really brings you back to why it brought me back to why I started in this career. So I'm very blessed, and I have an amazing staff. We are one very unique school. Not many schools have the opportunities and supports that we do. So I do have a strong background in fundraising. So we do it for this school as well. So I'm very excited to be here.
Okay, Lawanda.
And I know that you work in the health field. So
Right.
can you give us some more information about that, and specifically how you have had to continue to function throughout the pandemic? Many of us sheltered in, but you have been on the front lines. Can you tell us about that and how it informs your reasons for running for village trustee?
Okay, I work for DeVita right here in Freeport on South North Main Street, over by Atlantic Avenue. And during that time of lockdown, yeah, I had to report to work because what I do on a daily basis from 4:30 in the morning to 7:30 at night is take care of our elders and my patients who are sick and they need dialysis. Dialysis is a disease that a lot of people deal with, and they have to come to us 3 times a week. So during the pandemic, they still came, and we found a way how to dialyze them and make sure they went home safe without being without being, I would say, in contact with other people and stuff. So we did do our social distancing um, during in unit and during transport, because they also have to be brought to the unit. So it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard because you didn't know if what patient was sick until they ended up in the hospital. And then after that, we had to bring them back to the unit at night so we can dialyze them as a COVID patient. So we had to be geared up and stuff like that. So it was kind of hard. It was a touch and go situation because we didn't know what we had to deal with as far as the pandemic, because they would tell you, okay, it's starting as a fever, starting with vomiting, it's starting with this. And we ended up knowing that it was more broader, you know, people getting headaches, people getting back pains, getting pain, feeling chills and stuff like that. So when it first was brought out, we kind of said, okay, a headache, you know, stuff like that is not that bad. But it did turn out to be, a major catastrophe because we didn't know what was happening, So we actually took care of these patients and made sure that they went home to their families safe. And we practiced social distancing. And basically, we're still doing it up to this day. I still have to treat COVID patients. And when I come home, I also have to deal and make sure that I don't, bring it home to my family. So I kind of got to strip down, wash up, change clothes. Don't bring your clothes into your car. Don't bring your shoes into your car. So it's kind of, I have to walk around with a extra bag of clothes so I could change at work and shower at work, so I don't come home and take, bring it to my grandbaby, because I also have my mother here who's 78 years old too. And it's kind of hard. Sometimes you just got to take a moment and you got to sit and you got to cry and stuff, because these are patients that you've dealt with 3 times a week, and they become part of your family. They're just not patients that are in a hospital and you don't see no more. These are people that, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, that I'm taking care of, and they become our extended family. So it kind of hits home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lawanda, I want you to your business partner here. You can grill her.
Thank you for that, Ms. Prattamore. Now, Ms. Batiste, you did tell us about your employment experience. Have you ever been a judge or a trial lawyer? Have you worked in that capacity before?
I have. So I have trial experience. I also I've worked as an administrative law judge before. So what I like to tell people is that, as Lawanda and I would know, that as an attorney, you're an advocate for a side. So either you're representing a plaintiff or you're representing a defendant. But as a judge or a neutral, a mediator, a hearing officer, you are the person who's supposed to hear both sides. You're supposed to weigh the merits of the case, look at the law, look at the facts, and then make a decision accordingly. So I've worked before as an administrative law judge for New York City's Parking Violations Bureau, so the Department of Finance. So I've had experience making decisions about cases as it related to parking. I worked as a hearing officer as well. So I worked, when I started my career at the New York City Department of Education, one of the things that I did was hear grievances. So complaints from employees about issues related to their contract, hear the employer side of it, and then make a decision based on it. So I've had that opportunity. So this wouldn't be new for me. It would actually just be me utilizing the skills and the experience that I've had in the past.
Right. And Lawanda, I want do you have any other questions for the panels? I was just going to ask them about what their vision was for Freeport, but if you have any other.
Ask that. That was the next question. Top,
Oh, what?
yeah, go for.
Okay, so I want you ladies to let us know what your vision is. And then before we get off, I do want to briefly I want Michelle and Lawanda to present one more time their business and what their vision is also um um in becoming business partners. But let's start with you. What is your vision for Freeport?
Well, my vision for Freeport is to bring transparency in Village Hall, to revive the community as far as like the homes in South Freeport, as well as the neighboring homes in North Freeport, um, northeast, northwest, because every area of Freeport has been to me disenfranchised. So therefore, I think every area of Freeport needs some kind of revitalization or rejuvenating or beautification, so to speak. So that is some one of the things that I would like to do in Freeport, as well as bringing back that family life, that family entertainment back to Freeport, the safe streets and parks for Freeport, and addressing. We can't actually do anything about COVID-19, but we want to bring about the information as much as possible so that people know exactly how to address staying safe, being safe, taking the shots when it's available, how it's gonna affect each community, each person individually. And as long as we're giving the information out to people, that's what we can do as far as COVID. But that's some of the issues that we want to do, and to bring back unity in the community, because like Tiffany said, we want to be the heart. We want to bring back the heart to Freeport. And I think I'm a perfect example of wanting to do that, because like I said, I grew up in Freeport. I know I've been in Freeport since the 70s. It's now 2021. So that should tell you that, and who better to bring it than the person that grew up in Freeport, and I care about Freeport. I'm not going anywhere. So it's a very important place to me. I love Freeport. So, and I want everybody to know that. And I think the best people to bring about a change in Freeport is the people that actually honestly concerned and care about Freeport and the people in Freeport. Because they're not just people to me, they're family, they're neighbors, their friends, their sisters, brothers, because I've been here just that long.
Right, and let everyone know about your website. I do have it going on across the screen if they want any more information.
So if anybody needs any more information about myself and the team, you can visit Thelma P or wethepeople.com. That's Thelma, THELMA P, the number 4, wethepeople.com.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. And Tiffany, your vision when you
Well,
get the trustee.
sure. My vision obviously mirrors Thelma's. But as we were, like I said, we are very diverse with our skill set and our career choices, which actually encompasses the major concerns that we feel with Freeport. We know these are trying times. Businesses, are suffering because of COVID. So we want to be able to work with state agencies and support our businesses and ensuring that safe practices are, taking place so that customers can go into the businesses and feel safe. We want to contribute. We want to support the community by providing them information, keeping them always informed of what's going on with us, supporting the school. Excuse me, so supporting. I'm so sorry. I'm so used to talking about my job. Supporting, the community. We want to, reduce the level of homelessness and support beautification and housing developments, because as you know, we're still suffering from Hurricane Sandy. Just come right on my block, I still have houses that are boarded up and not, unfortunately, rectified since that situation. We want to ensure that, we are not North Freeport, South Freeport, East, West. We are Freeport. We are equal. We need to show it on, walking into the different parts of Freeport. There's so many things that we want to do, but most of all, the most important is to listen to the people. Let's hear what you want us to do. How can we help you? How can we make your voices being heard? Like I said, I have experience in the education, youth development. I want to give our young people the opportunities. My boyfriend has two daughters, and they come here, they visit, they live with their mom, but they deserve to have fun events and feel part of the community. But how can we, when there's nothing for them to do in a sense? So we have a lot of things planned, but we need your support. So please feel free to check out our information, volunteer. We want to hear your voices and your questions and concerns. I can go on and on, but my
Right, and that's her email. That's her email. You know about the website, and that's her email as well. If you wanted to reach out to her and ask her any other questions. And Wanda, we're going to go ahead and your vision.
I agree with my teammates. We need to continue to beautify Freeport because it is a beautiful village to live in. I mean, where can you go? I mean, I visited a lot of places and we need to stick together. We Freeporters need to stick together. We want to hear people's voices. We want to hear what they want for us to do because we're running for them. We're here and we're going to be here for them. We're going to be here for our elders. We want to know how we can help our elders. We also would like to hear from our teenagers because we can't leave those behind. We want to learn from them what we need to do so we can help them in Freeport. Um, our streets need to be repaired. There's some blocks where there are holes in the street and you hit a pothole, there goes your tire. So I want to also address the armory. you know we've heard so much about the armory and yet we haven't heard anything or what's being done about the armory and stuff like that. So that's my vision for Freeport. We want to bring in more economic. We want to bring in more businesses as well as help the ones that are already here because we have a lot of mom and pop stores that, like my teammates said, are having a hard time right now trying to stay afloat and survive. We need to also complete the makeover in North Freeport and in South Freeport. So these are our plans and our vision so we can help the community and the people who live here in Freeport.
Okay, hold on. So, Michelle, I'm going to let you go ahead. Obviously, we have quite a few people from Freeport on the line and watching, and it's very, as you can see, sensitive to the community members, and they want Freeport cleaned up.
Right.
And like a lot of communities in this country, unfortunately, it's just not fair what's going on. And so we want to put some people in position that are definitely going to make a difference moving forward in our communities that we live in. So Michelle, give us your vision also.
Sure. So because I'm running for a judicial position, I can't necessarily talk about a platform or positions, but what I can tell you is that when I think of the village court, I think of a place where when someone has to appear there, they're thinking, I hope, not I hope I get a fair shot here, but that they know that, the person that they're appearing before is going to treat me as though they were on the other side of the bench. They're going to treat me the same as a friend. They're going to treat me the same as an ally. They're not going to care what my political affiliation is. They're not going to care what my religious belief is, what my ethnic background is. They're going to treat me fairly. And that would be my vision. I think everyone deserves that. Having been in a situation where I've seen people in need of legal assistance, what I like to utilize when I think about it is I want someone to treat my family members the same. Those, being a first generation college graduate and first generation law graduate, I want them to treat my relatives who don't have education background. I want them to treat them the same as they would treat my sister, who's an attorney, appearing there. So that's my vision for Freeport. I just wanted to say, in terms of more information from the team, because I saw some comments on the screen pop up. We're actually having a meet and greet on January 30th at our campaign headquarters. It's 357 Sunrise Highway from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mask required, social distancing will occur. So you can have an opportunity to speak to each of the trustees about issues that are of concern to you. You can speak to our mayor candidate. These are awesome ladies. I know that when I talk about them, and I can't talk about the issues necessarily, but I can talk about them as people. I tell people that these are the people who would be committed to ensuring that things happen in Freeport. So I think it's great to know that Juana lives in Northeast, like I live in Northeast. Tiffany and Pat live in the South. So you have people from different backgrounds. You have people who, live in the areas where there are issues of concern. And I think that's important as well.
And so, if they had any more questions, like to give that date and location one more time. So, if you have any questions, you can come. What it's like a meet and greet type of situation.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a meet and greet. We're going to have light refreshments. It's at our campaign headquarters, which is at 357 Sunrise Highway. It is, I think it's about a block down or 2 blocks down from Freeport High School. So the closest intersection would be Sunrise Highway and North Brookside Avenue. And it's from 1 to 4 p.m. An opportunity to meet the candidates. If you still have not signed petitions, because we are still in petition signing season. So if you still have not signed a petition and would like to sign our petition to help us to get on the ballot, because all of these things are great, but if we're not on the ballot, it means absolutely nothing. So if you want to sign our petition to ensure that some of the great things you've heard here actually occur, then you can come down during that time and meet the candidates, talk to us. You can send us a message. If you're not available, send us a message. We can schedule, this is the season of Zoom events, so we can schedule a Zoom meeting with you as well to talk to you. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, anyone who might be concerned, want to get issues heard. I think that's a great opportunity. And these women are all approachable. So don't miss that opportunity.
Man, I'm so mad. I wish I could vote.
But you can
I can vote, but it's not in Freeport.
You can tell everyone you know who can vote in Freeport.
Exactly. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just using my platform. And Freeport is my second home. So everybody that I know in Freeport, this is what we're gonna do. We gotta sign the petitions. Maybe I can do a carpool on the 30th and just bring people there.
There you go. We'll need transportation.
So thank you, Teresa. Yes, I only have to type in meet and greet petition event January 30th, 357 Sunrise Highway. So as we getting ready to end the session, but I definitely have to have Michelle and LaWanda talk about their business and their vision. And it's just awesome to see Black women and women of color, being entrepreneurs, and it's just amazing because our vice president is definitely setting the standard and making the bar high. So we definitely have more opportunity, and it gives us more hope, and so Make sure y'all have your pearls on again on. I'm about to go buy some different pearls for the inauguration. Okay, so go ahead, Lawanda and Michelle, please tell us about your business. Who's gonna go first?
I'll let Lawanda go.
Well, I think it's very fitting that on the day we celebrate the birth of Dr. Martin Luther King, who was a figure of social justice and God's unconditional love for all people. He was the epitome of an individual who used his gifts and his talents for the betterment of others, and specifically as it relates to people of different ethnicities and religions and political parties coming together. And so, what Attorney Batiste and I have done is pooled our resources to help organizations, schools, nonprofit organizations better serve the people they purport to represent and to serve. So we provide diversity and inclusion training. We also conduct investigations. Oftentimes, an organization or a company is in a position where they have to engage in an investigation of a complaint of discrimination on various grounds, but it's too close. You know, the people know each other, and the individual who's complaining does not think they're going to get a fair shake. So we have been hired by companies or organizations to come in and actually conduct that investigation, which we're quite effective at. And a lot of that is due to the fact that we are attorneys. We are trial lawyers who have been trained to look at a situation in a comprehensive fashion. We also do sexual harassment prevention training. You know, Me Too has, in some respects, been there's been a shadow cast over it by the Black Lives Matter movement, and I don't think we need to engage in an Olympics of suffering, right? There's no group is worth no infraction is more offensive than the other. But these issues are still occurring. People are still being violated at work. People are still being mistreated at work because of their gender or because of their gender identity. And so we have the tools to go in and provide individuals with the training to know how to deal with each other effectively. And we're excited about it. We're excited about the opportunity to use our skills and expertise to better serve the community. And I know for me, it's not easy work. It's not easy work. I can remember days when I was a Title IX investigator feeling like there are no winners, right? Somebody's going to be hurt, but somebody has to do that job. And I have been trained to run towards the problem, right? I don't have the pleasure of being Beyonce, right? It's not, it's not singing and dancing and, swinging my hair, right? It's attacking really difficult problems for individuals and organizations. And while it is challenging, I believe it's important work. And I enjoy helping people. They may not get the resolution they want, but I enjoy helping them at the very least get closure. So I don't know if you want to add to that.
Sure. One of the things that I always say is that we've been doing this for a long time. Diversity and inclusion is a hot topic right now. It is something that everyone is doing. But we were doing this long before it became popular. And, the importance of that is that it's not just a trend for us, it's something that we believe in wholeheartedly. We'll still be doing it when people still think it's not necessary. Inclusion in the workplace looks different. It looks, it's not just the race, it's not just gender, it's your religion, it's your ability, your disability. So to include all of those things. And I think one of the great things that you have when you hire us is that you have attorneys who come back from backgrounds where they understand those issues. I sometimes find it interesting when I look at programs and people are talking about diversity and inclusion, but the individuals talking about it are not diverse. So they're speaking about issues that they cannot personally relate to. And I think when you hire our consulting firm, that we come from a background where we not only have legal experience, but we have our personal experiences as African American women in a legal profession that is not predominantly African American or not predominantly women. So I think that's important. And in terms of investigations, investigations are very tough, like Lawanda said. I think the toughest part is that having an investigator who is going to be fair. Oftentimes investigators are influenced by who's paying. And you will know with us that it doesn't matter who is flipping the bill, that the conclusion will be the conclusion. And we've stood by decisions that we've made before that are unpopular, decisions that, are sometimes political in nature, but still unswayed by it. So I think that's important. And I think it's necessary in these times. So that's why I'm excited. Lawanda and I have been talking about this for a very long time. We are not only sister friends, but we've worked together in different capacities before. So this is a great opportunity for us, and I'm excited about it. So I thank you, Lydia, again for an opportunity to share with
Yes.
everyone.
Thank you, Lydia.
And Michelle is also my attorney. Can you imagine? Whoever it is, they in trouble. Me and Michelle.
Yeah.
So I am just so excited to have these beautiful queens on here. And we want everyone to know that they want everyone to have a voice. Everyone will have a voice. So
Yes.
they will just be like the middle person, like you'll be representing us, and we'll tell you, and you represent us. I want people to get. Sometimes you got to break it down to like kindergarten level so people can understand. But with this team, you will have a voice. People are tired of feeling like they don't have a voice. And when elected mayor, Miss Thelma, you will actually be the first African American mayor of Freeport. Is that true or
Yes.
Female. She'll be the first female.
African
female?
female in all of Long Island.
Oh, all of Long Island. Oh, wow. That's a long time coming. Look, let me tell you something. So, we already know it's not impossible because our VP
Yeah.
has shown us that it's time, right? It's time.
Yeah.
She's letting the world know it's time. They might not like it, but it's time. And so we are gonna just embrace the change. And I actually wanted to, I'm trying to see if I can, and somehow I wanted to end this with you guys video. So
That'd be wonderful.
huh?
Just a shout out to our campaign manager, Teresa McCrary Dry. She's on the line. Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you.
We love Teresa.
The Zion sister.
Yes, another Zion sister. I actually I think I was a supervisor at DSS, and I didn't know that Teresa worked there. We ran into each other. We was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" You work here? Yeah, I work here too. So thank you, Teresa. And even though I can't vote, I am still gonna try to at least come and support somehow on the 30th. If I can volunteer, anything that I can do. Look, put me to work. Maybe I have to come out and walk at night. Thank you, Teresa. So let me see if I can get this. So y'all hold on, don't hang. Let me see if y'all could just greet the people. Let me see if I can get this video up. Hold on a second. Let me start a new tab. Y'all still there?
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can go to my page. And my internet is like ready to go to sleep. Let's go. Here we go. Here it is. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to leave you with this video, and we will see you on the 30th at 3:57.
Sunrise Highway.
Thank you.
Wait a
and
minute.
I need your support. I possess a master's of business administration and have worked for the Housing Authority for 28 years. I manage 4,500 residents, supervise a staff of 70
What I do?
individuals, and manage a multi-million-dollar budget. Most of you know me as PTA Council President, which oversees 8 schools. This experience gives me an amazing insight into the quality of life issues. My priorities are the rejuvenation of homes in South Freeport and the businesses in Industrial Park, the beautification of North Main Street, the collaboration of programs that addresses COVID-19 issues, along with activities to engage our youth. We, the people, want to bring back the heart of Freeport. And I'm Thelma P. Lambert Watkins, and I'm running for mayor, and I need your support.
We the people are the change the village needs. My name is Michelle Batiste. I'm running for Freeport Village Justice, and I need your support. I came to the United States as a child from the island of Grenada. I realized at an early age that education was the key to a better life. It motivated me to obtain my Bachelor of Arts degree in political science from Boston University and graduate from Albany Law School with a Juris Doctor. It was 2 years after graduating from law school that I bought my home in Freeport because I wanted a better quality of life. And I stayed here to raise my daughter. My 20 years of legal experience will bring to this position a commitment to equal justice for all residents. When I worked as an administrative law judge and a hearing officer, I conducted hearings and issued decisions based solely on the merits of the case because I believe in fair justice. During my career, I stood up for homeowners in foreclosure to help them to keep their American dream alive because I believe in compassionate justice. My name is Michelle Batiste. I'm running for Freeport Village Justice, and I'm asking for your support.
We, the people, are the change that the village needs. My name is Tiffany Pendola. I'm running for trustee of Freeport, and I need your support. I was born and raised in New York. From a young age, I knew that I wanted to leave an impact on this earth. I'm a lifelong educator who believes in the importance of quality education. My career spans for over 15 years working as a teacher, assistant principal, and principal. I've worked with both the New York City Department of Education as well as the previous principal of Carolyn G. Atkinson Intermediate School. It was there that I had the opportunity to connect with Freeport on a whole new level. I got to see firsthand the strong sense of community, something that embodies Freeport. With the right leadership, Freeport will flourish. I believe in working for the people by supporting the people. I promise to lead with a strong heart, ethical mindset, and caring spirit. I am Tiffany Pendola. I'm running for the trustee of Freeport, and I need your support. Thank you very much.
We the people are the change the village needs. My name is Juana Prado Moore, and I'm running for trustee in the village of Freeport. I practice and teach hemodialysis. I live my life in the service of others. In this season of COVID-19, I found myself fighting on the front line and in the trenches against this devastating crisis. There were moments I feared for my life, but I found the courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but its strength in its presence. As a trustee, I will engage in a fearless battle for the residents of Freeport, a battle to bring back community development, to make our streets and our parks safe, to instill in our youth that they are worthy, to let our seniors know that they matter. My name is Juana Prado Moore, and I'm running for village trustee, and I need your support. Nosotros somos el cambio que el pueblo necesita.
We, the people, are the change the village needs, and we need your support.
Yay!
So much.
Lord, thank God for technology. I gotta learn how to work it. Like everything, you gotta know how to do it.
That's right. That's right.
So yes, we are excited. We are launching this campaign, honey, and I will see everyone. Y'all let me know what y'all need me to do. I am volunteering for January 30th. Even though my birthday is 28th, I'll still come out and get my hands dirty.
Thursday.
So
Thank
so
you.
okay, and wait, so what time on the 30th again?
So the 30th, it's from 1 to 4 p.m.
1 to
Mhm.
4 p.m. 357
Sunrise
Sunrise Highway. So we
Yeah.
will see everyone there to sign the
The
petition.
petition, haven't already
And
signed to meet the candidates, to find out more about We the People Party.
that's right. And of
Yes.
course, you can always visit the website as well.
Website.
You can inbox any of us actually
Yeah.
through Facebook. You know, if you want to just DM somebody, you can do that as well. They're very relatable. You can touch them. They're not like these big old scary politicians that you can't say hi to. You know, so we are ready to move forward. Thank you guys. Happy Martin Luther King
Thank
Yeah.
birthday, and
you.
I will see
Thank
you on
you.
the 30th. Yes.
Thank
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 you,
you.
you.
Lydia. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Okay. Love you guys.
Love you too. We
Bye.
appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.